they don't believe that God can give them faith to heal them. Ouch. If they get broke, they don't believe and they don't have no faith that God can give them a financial release. We know them have to sleep with somebody. Somebody say, word, talk to me.
Word, go ahead.
To another, the gift of healing. And not every pastor can heal. And not everybody called to open blind eye. Does that mean that you're not going to heaven? No. And not everybody taught to lay hands and sing. You have been here. Some of you, you've seen miracles upon miracles. Michelle Johnson is my first member. She's right here. She's seen woman with big foot we're supposed to cut off, dry down right in the church. She's seen woman coming, people up who hold her up, she can't walk, and I tear up all the things that people put on her foot. And the doctor said, this, you have to walk with this, you can't walk without it. And I tear up that and she walks seeing that. You've been there, Missionary Johnson. You've seen man come. But we have to lift him up at the door and put him inside and have man a thing and wheel him in. And now man a drive, man a walk, man a everything. Yeah, Jesus. Some of you have been there. We've seen people get mad out of their mind. Sister Chana is on the outside as a witness. Her sister get mad every year at a certain time. And I went one night and prayed. And I was in that house from 12 o'clock until the morning 5 o'clock. I cast out a couple demons well. I've never seen that amount of demon in a one person. When that demon leave that morning, some man over some bar, them curse babber, come crowds of people outside want to see what go on. That woman is alive right now. She's a Christian. She not mad again. She not eat out of garbage pan. Can I talk to somebody here? But then every day God ever use me to heal. There's some people I pray for them get healing. There's some I pray for them dead. Because death is also a way of healing. Talk to somebody. Some people don't see death as healing, but death is healing. Because when you're dead, you can't feel no more pain. Your doctor can't them out your money. Lord God, if I open, no other can choke it. Lord God, make a be in myself, man. Can I talk to somebody? But not everybody got healed. Some of you God will use it to heal. And the fact that God used it to heal last year, you don't must get used this year. Ouch. Can I close? I don't even reach where I want to reach. Jump on my next verse. Somebody says same spirit. Because some of you are being like you have a different spirit from every other pastor. You are being like you have a different spirit from every other church. Same spirit. Same spirit. Can I end the body of Christ? To another, the working of miracle. And to another, prophecy. To another, discerning of spirit. And to another, diverse kind of tongue. And everybody that was speaking in tongues. It's not, I want to tell you the truth, myself, and every Christian that was speaking in tongues. As they go according to the Bible, and every one of the men of God who died speaking in tongues. No quiet now. To another, interpreting of tongues, and not everybody who can interpret tongues. But all these working that one and the self-same Spirit, dividing to every man severally as he will. So if God wants to give 5 gifts, he wants to give 5-fold. And everybody will get 5-fold. And if Father you have 5-fold and somebody have 1 out of the 5 or 2, it doesn't mean that them and God are enemy and you have got a best thing. Oh, Jesus. Can I help the body of Christ? Now, Paul said for the body, for as the body is one, the body is what? One. But the body has, we're in verse 12, the body is one, but the body has many members. And all the members of that one body, be many, are one body, also is Christ. You hear what time the man said? One body. One body, one body, one body, one body, one body, one body, and also is Christ. Now he went further to ask, if the foot say, because I am not the hand, I don't have to get up this morning. What a problem you're in. What if the eyes to decide tomorrow, say, I am not the foot, so I don't have to open. I'm blind, you're blind. And if you're blind, you're going to become dysfunctional. No matter how you can study your surrounding, you're going to feel miserable because your time you're not going to want to depend on people. I'm going to use it for example. You have a blind person dealing with. No, sometimes you get miserable by it. Yeah, because sometimes you don't like what you have to ask her. Tony, you can pass this. Because sometimes when you're blind, you know, you ask something, but because the person is busy, you can't get it. You have to just wait from people. Hello? I have a grandmother. One is deceased, one is on her bed of affliction. And her legs can't move. But when I go there, she's rather miserable. Every helper come is in trouble because she's not able to walk. And some people will hate her for it because they say she's too miserable. The old woman, save over 50 years and miserable. But they don't understand that it comes with the age. So even on the bed, I went to Trelawney last week to look for a lady. And myself and Brother Godfrey went to look for her. Like the other morning, but I went the day before by myself, last week Saturday. And when I went to look for her, I done called her, she said, come inside. When I went inside, she had a broom in her hand. She's in a wheelchair, her back turned, and she's sweeping the house. I'm like, why are you? She said, no, I have to do this. If I stop, I'm going to die. You know what I told her? I said, you continue where you continue. She don't even want my help. All these years I know her with 2 legs. I never realized now she only has 1 3/4. Imagine if your feet should tell you tomorrow, Mama Hewitt, I'm not the hands, I know how to move. Imagine if your hands should say to you, I am not your lungs or your kidney, so I don't have to move. How would you survive? Jesus. Paul said this because he's saying that the whole body cannot be the eye, and not everybody in the body can see everything. Jesus have mercy. Can I have a church? Can I have a church? Can I have a church? Everybody in the body cannot be the eye. Whoa. Jump to verse 16, Sister Ashbury. Let's bring it up on top. I'm almost done. Verse 16. Let's read. And in the ear shall say, because I am not the eye, I am not of the body. Therefore not. Is therefore no, not of the body. In other words, the ears are saying, I am not of the eye. Some in already business with one. And the eye is saying, I am not of the body. So I don't have to. And this is what is happening in Christendom. Stable as song. This is what's happening in Christendom. In Christendom, in the body of Christ. I'm going to keep on saying it. Body of Christ. One pastor got so mad at me the other day because I used the term body of Christ. And I made a post and I said that in the body of Christ, before I even saw this scripture, I was in my sleep, the Lord woke me up and I heard, bind these 2 spirits and catch them. Spirit of arrogance and ignorance, because that's messing up the body of Christ and bringing confusion. One pastor got so mad, he went on my post and he wrote a big book. So I was in church last week Sunday and I was operating the cameras and I saw this big thing. I'm like, what is this? And he began going. So I went home and after church, I answered him. And I've been answering the Lord saying, you see what's happening? You are becoming him. Because I give you a word. You put the word out there. He take you on and saying that he's prophet, he's apostle, he's major, whatever. And you go take the Lord and say, stop that nonsense. Don't answer him. So I got really flustered. I said, no, but I'm tired of him. I went to my WhatsApp and I told him, I said, I'm tired of you. I said, there's so many sinners who are dying. Why don't you go witness to them and preach some gospel to them? Every time I make a post, you have a problem with my post, and you're always on there saying something negative. Aren't we one body? And he went on Facebook and make a post. Is the term body of Christ right? No, preachers are erroneous and they're teaching wrong. Because they're talking about body of Christ and there's no such thing. And there cannot be confusion in the body of Christ because the body of Christ is perfect. It is Christian that have confusion. So I'm like, if I'm a Christian, am I not a part of the body? So I did him a favor. I deleted his comment. And because I always delete his comment and he's always coming back. And I make sure I delete because I don't want the world to see us fighting on social media. So I deleted his comment. And because I know he's going to come back, I blocked him on Facebook. And I blocked him on WhatsApp. I blocked his incoming call. I blocked his incoming text. I blocked everything that has to do with it. Because I'm not in the fight with no pastor about who is real and who is fake. I'm not in the fight with anybody about who see more, who hear more, who prophesy more. I'm not in a fight with you. And I don't want to see who's talking bad about me either. There's some posts on Facebook I don't read. And when people do screenshot and send to me, I get really mad. Because I'm asking them, what do you hope to benefit from sending me this? There's some people page I don't go on. I don't want to see your madness. I don't want to see you cussing me. And I don't want to become bitter. Because I know if I get bitter, I can be very bitter. What is the Church of God hearing me today? The eye is not the only part of the body. So, let me talk about the eye. The eye of the body is those persons that God gives vision. Because I have everything. The eyes have everything to do with vision. So if you are the eye in the body, it means that you are the person that God always gives visions for the church. Now, if you are the ears, it means that you are the person that hears what others don't hear. If you are the mouth, it means that you are the Jeremiah that's not afraid to cry out. If you are the hands, it means that you are the help. Ouch. Ouch. If you are the feet, it means you are the carrier of the gospel. Ouch. Hello? Hello? If you're the nose, it means you are the prophet that picks up the stench or the dead smell or the dead weight in the body of Christ. You're able to smell disaster. You're able to sense when something ain't right. Ouch. When you're the nose, you walk into the place and everybody be speaking in tongues. But because you're the nose, as you walk in, something right in the church. They must speak in tongues, but there's an odor. They must worship, but there's an odor. And there's not much nose or nostrils in the body of Christ. Ouch. Some of us have spiritual sinuses, and so it block up the airwaves and block off your smelling. My God Almighty. So all your smell is what is happening inside your head. My God, oh my God. Some of us need some spiritual allergy pills that will cause us to sneeze against sin. That will cause us to start smelling righteousness, smelling when sin is creeping in, smelling when there's a demon in the church. But everybody wants to be the eye. Everybody wants to see. Nobody don't want to carry gospel. Hello? Hello? Are you still here? If they were all members, where were the body? So if there was an eye over there, so a foot over there, so Imagine you're in here right now and just see somebody I just come inside. There's one eye on the floor and move. Tell me the truth. Would you just sit there? If you should be in here right now and see one hand just right on the wall, like how the king, is it the king of Nebuchadnezzar saw it? Talk to me, Belteshazzar saw it, see how God had right on the wall, said, name me. I've no brain years. Yeah? Imagine you see one hand right on the wall. What would you do? Some would have fallen and worship. Others would have get up and run out of this. Imagine you're in here right now and see 2 foot walk through the door there. And the 2 foot come in, but there's no belly, there's no head, there's no stomach, no body, just 2 foot. Can you imagine how much on after? I go say, Lord God, what a piece of science. Them send on a Carnegie Church today. Lord God, what a piece of other attack. We come under, we say 2 foot walking and nobody. And what kind of demon this? Jesus have mercy. Imagine you see a head rolling in this church and you see the head walk around and say, me know you're called in here, and the head don't have nobody. Lord have mercy. How much on us stay here? When you look at man, when you don't run Tony and Jesus, someone don't lock up out of the office, someone come into the bathroom. What if you see the head in here talk? If you walk in one morning and see a head and preach, but how the mic come out, you understand? What if the head borrow Pastor Scarlet mic? And you see a head of preach for the mic when you understand, oh, come on somebody. Oh. And you bust that door and see a headless, a bodiless thing, just a head of preach. What would you do? And this is how the church of God is operating. We are separate of the body. The head not have nothing to do with the hand and the foot. The eye not have to do with the ear. So if I am a seer and you are a hearer, if the two will come together, we can take over this creation. We can do exploit for God. If I am the hand and you are the feet, and we some help us, some spread the gospel. If all of us come together like this, church will never be the same. Because if I am the hand and the helper, and you are the foot, you are carrying the gospel. So we have people little flower you preach. So we have people little rice you preach. So we have people little food you preach. Can I talk to somebody here? The body is not divided. The body is one. Somebody say one. Ouch. But everybody nowadays, we mash up church. See how we do it nowadays? This is how we do it. I am the hand. I am more important. I am the foot or the feet. I am more important. You're not anointed like me. I have the ears and me alone hear God. Then you want next sentence say, you not anointed like me. I am the eyes. God show me everything before it happened. Me to see before you. I want to say, I am the mouth. You see but when you talking, I'm me talking. So everybody now is in this uproar and this competitiveness and the competition spirit. And who don't compete, I condemn. Wow. Wow. Verse 22. Paul said, nay, much more are those members of the body which seem to be more feeble. They are more necessary. You see people in their body will look like they're more feeble. Paul said they're more necessary than enough of we make up a bag of nice. Oh, Jesus. And the Mr. Simon, Church of God, who says? Paul said, you want to cuss somebody, go cuss Paul. You want to have a problem, somebody have a problem with Paul. Paul said, those who are feeble in the body, they are more necessary. 23. And those members of the body, which we think to be less honorable, upon these we bestow more abundant honor, and our comely parts having more abundant comeliness. Point to your neighbor and say, that's why it's not good for you to judge nobody. Yeah, man, chat to them and say, neighbor, that's why it's not good for you to judge nobody. Because the people that we are sitting and talk about, Jesus have mercy. Pastor Scarlett, Paul could have not said it better. The people who we think are nobodies, they are abundantly comely. When you're comely, it means you're pleasant to look upon. Because some people full of tongues, but they're not pleasant to look upon. Some people prophesy, but they're not pleasant to look upon. Even some of us prophetess and prophet, when we are delivering God's word, a cuss, a cuss out. No comeliness. No little nothing. Sit down as a man of God and man of God. We can deliver without cause. We can deliver and we not cause. But because God give your word, you have to cause. I'm never dropping there, son. So if you feel say you may talk, you may talk. If you feel say your pastor may talk, and then may talk. If God give your word for the Prime Minister, you know, boy, Andrew, you Andrew, give honor to who honor due. Bible said the government is carried on the shoulder of Jesus Christ. Every night when you talk about what is called and what is carried on the body of Christ. Saul was a wicked king, and Saul had an evil spirit, but Saul prophesied. Ouch. A Bible we are talking. Saul was also a murderer and tried to kill David. But Pastor Porter, you know what happened to Saul? Let me tell you what happened to Saul. Well, to David, when David in the cave with Saul, and a little man said, David, Saul who want to kill you, he's right here in the cave with you. If I were you, I'd draw the sword and kill him. David drew the sword, was about to kill Saul. God sent an angel and said, touch not the Lord's anointed. I want to say something to us. The body of Christ is not only made up of those who preach. Quiet now. The body of Christ is not only made up of those who preach, or those who prophesy, or those who go to church every Sunday. Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were in the body of Christ, but they were in government. Because you have some people, if them here say in a politics or government, they condemn you and curse you. You're not a real pastor, carrying pastor, not going to politics. We want some non-Christian to go into politics. And we want some Christian to be advisors. Instead of being a cuss out, we are cussing Prime Minister. Why not apply for the position as an advisor? We can talk to him and tell him, don't do that. Thus said the Lord. If I know anything about him, he takes advice. Sometimes it's not the best one, but you take it. Amen. And I'm not here defending Prime Minister, I'm here defending gospel, defending the body of Christ. Because the body of Christ has lost it. Watch this. We're cussing when it was at 3. Then he reached about 10. We are saying, Prime Minister, you're a madman. Open up the country. Let go the Christian there. I want them to not say I kill him and kill out the church. Can you know what church for the old people? Yes. I know for the old people, they have not take precaution like we the younger one them. I know people in the church have sugar. They have beat them something. I don't understand them something, man. I lock down church to 20. Not lock down, but minimize to 20. You get a cuss out. You go at 10, you get a cuss out. You shut down your wall of St. Catherine, and out of St. Catherine come over 200 and something positive cases. You lock down St. Catherine, then cuss you. Now you open it, them still a cuss like you're a madman, you're an idiot. Or if you open it and a 400 and you cannot please everybody. The church has to do what is right for the church, and the government will do what is right for the country. Nobody has ever done in politics, but we're in there because I pay politics to preach. I want to talk to us in there. I pay politics to post. I pay government to never. So if you're not in politics, why are you so much up in the government business? Body of Christ. A lot of us pastors are more in politics than we're in gospel. If you follow a lot of pastors on Facebook, every time you turn on, it's something about Trump, some about Andrew, some about the Queen, some about the King. Nothing about get saved, nothing about salvation, nothing about sinners. It's time to repent. So we call that gospel and politics. So you might not say, I am a PNP, I'm a JLP, but a politics. Every preacher, leg up more government and more follow who are going to be that, who are going to be mark of the beast. You are more in politics than the gospel. And I say that with no apology. Amen. And I'm not saying that because any preacher offend me. I'm saying it because it's what is in my spirit to say. As Christian, right now it's not time for politics, it's time for gospel. Since this lockdown, how much are you? How many of you witnessed in your house? Since this lockdown, how much are you have devotion in your house? Since this lockdown, how much are you about fasting? Since this lockdown, how many sinners have you told that Jesus loved them? Since this lockdown, how much sinners next door? Because now it's time for personal evangelism. How many of you stop by on the corner when the man in my camp and tell him, say, I want to talk to you about a Savior? Ouch. How many of us use Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and all these things to tell people Jesus is coming soon? Still a post hot girl picture and hot boy picture. Still a crave love and likes. Church is quiet today, I love it. Let's read. Let's jump down to verse 25. Wrapping it up right here. Now there should be no schemes or schisms in the body. When you talk about schism, when you talk about trickery, war, heresy, confusion, you know what? Me not hear you know what? There should be no schisms. If you say schisms and schism, you have to about mix up also and confusion can mix up cause confusion. Sus, gossip, cause confusion. Am I talking right? And Paul said there should be no schisms in the body. That the members should have the same care one from another. You can't only care about your church. And as a pastor, you can't only care about who rich or who give to you. You have to care about the less fortunate. You have to care about the poor. One of my members said that she called me the day she was crying. Bishop, I heard somebody talk something about you and it hurt me. I'm like, what I'm saying? And why hurt you so much? Why is somebody so far? She said, Bishop, you come in and like with him. So I said, so what is it? What's so painful about? What man tell how much? Bishop, you only care about rich people and you don't talk to the poor people. And your church and the biggest church in the community. And all of the rich people in the community. Oh, you mean and what you say. And that's your bad. Bishop, you know what I said? That's your bad. Is that heard worse? Some say I'm a womanizer, some say I'm gay, some say I'm working over, some say I'm this, some say I'm that, some say I push drugs. So you only hear say me a rich pastor. I'm gonna care about poor about me. So you still about. So Bishop, you don't feel away. Feel that way? No, I don't feel away. Why don't feel away? Come in and say the cycle. When you know who you are, I know what kind of life you live. You have to walk around and cuss with everybody and defend yourself. You're a living motel. So now people are going to know you at first because you're young as a young boy. You must put a girl. By the time they get in contact with you, I know. And I'm going to tell you this. I know people come in here past the water to come test the spirit and test the water. A young boy must put a girl and love you. So somebody come in the church and stand up front bench with skirt drawn up and up or something. But they don't understand the church here. When they come in, they go short up. By the time you see me, look at my usher 2 times, you get to usher cloud long time. Because some of them come on assignment. Because when them hear, they want to come prove it. I want to say some of them not shame me now. Some of them used to left church because their assignment is over. God, Lord God Almighty. Some people used to left the church, but they left because their assignment is over. Some came and succeed. Some of them came and they succeeded. But every time somebody succeeded, open the eye more. And so you have to live different. me tell you, say them man nowadays, never want them to read man. Because man pastors fight man pastor like a crazy. Just like woman pastor fight woman pastor nowadays. But you see the woman there? You have some woman and God, man. When they call me, Jesus Christ, when they ring my phone, me think God 3 missed calls before me answer them. I mean, pray first, so Lord, oh God, empty me, Jesus. Because they call you and they start as a company phone. Thus said the Lord, open your eye, judgment for you. When they're done with your man, Lord God Almighty, you want to sin and you're afraid. And then people them love. They can't matter what little people will come and look a nice cute something and look on business. We don't get that. We want some women that got connected to me. Don't feel look me. We want them connected to me. To help me. Because if you see a brother struggle, you're supposed to help them to struggle some more. You must help them to become stronger. You must say, I am here not for your flesh. I am here to pray you through. I am here to undergird you. I am here to build you up. I am not here to feed on your weakness. I am here not to exploit you. I am here not to violate you. I am here to make sure you walk right. Amen. Amen. Let me close. Close. Verse 26. And whether one member suffer, all member in the body do it. So I sorry for some of you leaders who when you hear say Kanye you mess up, you have skin teeth. And talk about a long time I play church, a long time if you go down, a long time. Because say someone mash up church today now. When you see as a young man, if you hear say me sleep with Tonya, you come and skin teeth, but a long time Kanye give a long time I sleep and God expose him. I'm going to say something to you. If I make a fool of myself in a Tower Hill and cause a big disgrace by this church, you think I only Christ for life it affect the whole body of Christ. Because guess what? I saw them as Christian. I saw church people still. One church, but they cost every church. So when your brother suffer, you have to rejoice. When your brother suffer, you must suffer with them. When you get a pastor and go through some detrimental thing and get exposed, you don't take them exposing and make sermon. Don't be saying, oh, well, pastor on Facebook.